Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. Yom Haazmaut to everyone. And the question of this year is, what happened on Hey Iyar, 1948? I'm not asking a historical question, I'm asking a halachic question. Before 1948, from 70 and after the Common Era, Jews came, Jews left. Magical things happened in the 19th century, in the 20th century. Talmidim in the early 1800s, the students of the Baal Shem Tov and the Gra came, built up some communities, Chovavei Tzion, Aliyah, waves of Aliyah came, and somehow, by 1948, there were 600,000 Jews. Even before the Medina was announced. And then Ben Gurion comes, Hey Iyar, the 5th of Iyar, he proclaims the state of Israel. Halachically, did something happen at that point? Or was it just a practical thing? Now that the Jews are running Israel, then be more of a chance that they're going to let more Jews come. And it's a practical means to an end. And they'll also be able to defend the Jews because we'll have an army. So it's a practical phenomenon, or is it a halachic phenomenon in the pronouncement itself? So some want to say that if you look closely at the pasuk in the Torah, there's a major changeover, especially through the eyes of the Ramban. And the pasuk says in end of Bamidbar Matos Masi, where it describes the borders of Israel, V'horashtem et haaretz v'yishavtem ba. You go, you take over the land, and you dwell there. And many say, based on the Ramban, V'horashtem is you take over the land, Jewish sovereignty. V'yishavtem ba means each individual lives there, and hopefully the whole nation lives there. So Jewish sovereignty itself, per se, is a mitzvah. And therefore, the declaration of the state on Hey Iyar, besides just being a means to an end, to many ends, to be able to build up our own state, to be able to bring all the Jews in the laws of the return, built up an economy, built up a military, etc. It was a means to all that. But it's fulfillment of the Horashtem et haaretz v'yishavtem ba. That Jewish sovereignty itself is a mitzvah. Of course, you'll have those that will say that no, the mitzvah is just Yishuv Haaretz, just living here, and that Jewish sovereignty itself is not a mitzvah. And you'll also have those that will say that maybe Jewish sovereignty is a mitzvah, but not when the sovereignty is by Jews who are not Shomer Torah mitzvot, who are not following the mitzvot, they're not guided by the halacha. And there were some Zionist leaders over the years that weren't simply not following the mitzvah. There was an anti-religious part to some of them as well. And maybe you'll say that's not Jewish sovereignty that the halacha refers to. So there are those that will say that those that learn from the Rambam, who says that in Hanukkah we celebrate that the Jews took over the leadership again from Greeks. And the Rambam writes over there that they took over and they had the Malchus, the leadership, for over 200 years. And if you think the leadership from the Hashmonaim, the first generation, was wonderful, then there was civil war, Stambulus, Herdos. It was terrible, terrible times. But the Rambam still says there's times to thank Hashem that we had Jewish leadership, even if it wasn't great. And throughout Tanakh, there was Jewish leadership that wasn't always great. So many are very comfortable with these two premises. A, Jewish sovereignty itself is a mitzvah. And B, even if the Jews, who are the sovereign leaders, are not religious, better to have Jewish leaders than non-Jewish leaders. From a practical standpoint, in my opinion, you look around at what the Jewish leaders did, how they took in all the Jews from around the world, how they become the biggest supporters of Torah in the world, etc. There's challenges for sure, no question about it. But terms of the growth physically and spiritually. I think it's amazing. So, anyways, this is one very important aspect of Yom Haazmaut, of Iyar, the 5th of Iyar, that there was a major transition at that moment from non-Jewish sovereignty for 2,000 years to Jewish sovereignty. Baruch Hashem, Yom Haazmaut Sameach.